For us, it's a great privilege to be part of this association, and having been in Washington when the Prime Minister visited just a month ago and had a chance to talk to President Obama, he got a clear message of support from the United States. We recognize the difficult times that Greece is going through economically now, and the President assured the Prime Minister of the support of Americans as Greece goes through this difficult phase of its economic history. For us, I think the best way we can help Greece is to build ties and investments and trade between our two countries. The United States market is a very large one. As Yanis has said, we are leaders in the world in innovation and technology. Greece has an incredible natural wealth in your country from many aspects, starting first and foremost with the human capital that you have. You have a very high percentage of educated, highly capable workers and leaders in your community, and I think one of the highest in Europe in terms of the numbers of graduates from universities, and you have a great capability with all that human capital. But you also have some other things. You have wonderful natural resources, and I'm not talking about oil that some countries are fortunate enough to have. I'm talking about sun and water and beautiful scenery that lends itself to both tourism, but also to the renewables energy sector in terms of solar power, wind power, and other also renewable technologies that Greece can play a part of. So for us, I think Greece is a very attractive place to try to promote U.S. business investments and links between Greece and the United States. Of course, as Minister Katselli has just talked about, there are a number of barriers to building this trade and investment, and I think that's what the government is focused on now. How can they remove some of these barriers? That will have an enormous impact, I can tell you, on U.S. interest in Greece. What I hear most of the time from U.S. businesses is concern about the environment for investing here. They've heard stories of other businesses who haven't been successful, not because the ideas weren't good, but because the slowness of the bureaucracy, the overwhelming system itself just became too heavy to be able to succeed. And that's a shame, because I think Greece is a very attractive place for business, being strategically located here at a crossroads between the Middle East, Asia, and Europe, having both sea and land routes in and out of your country, and again having that enormous human capital here, and a very attractive place to live. So from my perspective, the work that's going on in the government is enormously important to the success of this initiative. But that's not enough by itself. It takes businesses, it takes organizations like yourself, and what I'm particularly pleased today is to see the number of representatives from the regions here, from regional chamber of commerces. I've met before this meeting with folks from Corfu, from Thessaloniki, from Kalamata, from Ioannina, from Central Greece, and in my mind, the economic benefits of the transformation that need to take place in Greece need to be widely distributed throughout your country. And the attractiveness of Greece isn't just Athens, but it's all those other wonderful places in your country. The areas that I think we can be most successful in are energy, green energy, and environmental technology. Both President Obama and Prime Minister Papandreou have talked at length about the importance of green development. It's been a center of U.S. policy, and it's also a center, as I understand it, of Greek policy. I think that brings a wonderful nexus for our two countries in terms of areas that we can work on. In our country, we're spending literally billions of dollars has been dedicated by the federal government to promote innovation and technology development and business development in the area of green technology and businesses. So my feeling is that as we develop in those areas, Greek businesses can also take advantage of those developments and the work that your government is doing on to support that will be very important. The EU is also involved in that area. I think a lot of funding could come for Greece with the third and fourth community support framework programs that I understand will provide significant funding for renewable energy products such as wind and photovoltaic solar facilities in support of Greece's efforts to reach the 20% of its energy from renewables by 2020. So it's interesting to me that this initiative focuses on 2020. The EU is focusing on 2020, and the United States is very much focusing as well by meeting new targets on the energy side. If I could also just highlight one last thing that I wanted to mention is that from my perspective, having been here 2.5 years, Greece has all of the elements it needs for success. It has some barriers that have stood in the way, that have kept you perhaps from developing as fast as you could have. You've had an enormous period of growth over the last 10 years, but a lot of that growth has been based on financial inflows to your country. But now I think this crisis actually presents an opportunity. It presents an opportunity to look at what is standing in the way of taking you to that next level of development. A broad-based development that's focused on employment widely throughout the country, but is focused on what Greece can bring to bear to the international challenges of development in a green and a more environmentally friendly way. Greece is perfectly placed to do that. You have the brains, you have the education system that has produced many great, great experts and scientists in this country, and they can contribute as well to this question. So my hope, my wish for Greece is that with initiatives like the American Chamber of Commerce and all of the other elements that are taking place now through other government programs, through other private initiatives and so forth, that people will see this crisis as a call to action. And that call to action is that all of us, those who are friends of Greece and those who are living in Greece, will work together to find solutions to your problems, but solutions that don't just require outside financing, solutions that are generated internally, generated through joint ventures, generated through cooperation with the United States, with Europe, with all these other countries, that Greece presents itself not as a problem, but as an opportunity to the rest of the world. I want you to know the U.S. Embassy is here to help you do that. The U.S. government is helping you to do that. The President has committed the support of the American people for that. And we stand ready to see Greece by 2020 being a wonderfully prosperous and successful part of Europe and the international community. Thank you.